is important. Nothing is to lose.
Gaël Prevost of France.
Another young 19.
Had a great season in match play. He was 12-5, and of course he is going to be all pumped up, fired up. You can see him getting a standing ovation from the crowd here in Paris at Recurve Gardens. And he will take on the top male recurve archer in the world right now, #1 seeded Jin Hyek of Korea, 32 years old, and seeded #1 in the World Cup rankings. Picked up 65 points this summer as he won stage 1 in Shanghai, then won stage 2 in Antalya, lost the bronze medal at stage 4 in Poland, but he has been dominating.
Another killer that won 13 matches and lost 2 matches. And as the graphics show, they just match once, and the French won.
And I was going to mention that Gaël Prevost is the wild card, but he's not your typical wild card. This is a young man who's fully capable and has the talent to pull off an upset right here.
Yeah, well, you have every time to consider that in front of 4 stages, 4 situations, 4 matches, 7 plays to qualify, and it's not true that here are the best. Probably there is someone that have some problem during the matches in the second and in the third stage, and this was out just for a couple of points. So in this situation, he has the wild card, but he's a very good archer, very strong archer.
Has a very strong resume. 1 World Cup medal this summer. That was a team bronze at stage 1, but in 2011, he finished 4th at the World Cup final in Istanbul. Back to Jin Hyek, who surprisingly starts off outside the 10 ring with a pair of 9s. Gaël Prevost draws it back slowly, lets it fly, and it's also a 9. So Prevost, who also won a bronze medal at the World Cup final last year in Tokyo. So he has been here before on this type of stage.
We have 2 big archers here. With now the French guy have the opportunity to take the first set, and in front of the best archer in the world, first in the World Cup, first in the world ranking.
Instead, they tie and they'll split the set points.
First set show that is a very tight match. Will be very nice to see what happens.
Some might be intimidated taking on Jin Hyek, who has been a dominant force in the sport. Won the Olympic gold medal in London last summer, becoming the first Korean man to win an individual Olympic title. But as you mentioned a moment ago, Sergio, Gaël Prevost has beaten Jin Hyek. In fact, it happened in match play back in 2011.
Yeah, he is not someone that lost against a lot of people. Being in this restrict list of people that defeat you is something that can give to the French guy a little opportunity to win.
Sergio Pagni, along with Carl Archery here in Paris, along with thousands of the French fans and many others from around the European continent who have traveled to Paris for the 2013 Archery World Cup Final. Jin Hyek shooting first in the second set and still has not found the 10 ring on his first 4 shots.
He's unlucky arrow, just a couple of millimeters outside.
And we saw him making some adjustments during that interim period, and another 9. Somebody's going to break through eventually.
Yeah, someone have to break the tie probably, because they are very close to the 10. They didn't keep.
The Korean Closing in on that 10 ring. They'll put the asterisk by that, and that's one of the...
His smile, but is not a real smile.
That's one of the few times you'll see him smile during the course of a match. He usually keeps his game face on most of the time, and another 9.
I make the same smile in Wroclaw a couple of weeks ago during the final against Pierre-Julien Deloche, a friend that I meet here in the first match. A lot of close arrow. We smile because we have to smile, but
that will put a smile on his face, yes.
From this, probably the second one was in, but the judges.
Et on reste dessus. Propre.
Prevost. Holding long, yes. Ooh. So close and yet so far.
So close. But probably, if my opinion is right, also at the last 10 will be nothing differences. The second one of the Korean seems in. Now the judges are looking with the lens.
One
the judge decide in just a few seconds probably, or is now okay, no, probably just a few seconds because it is out.
So those 3 9s though, whether that shot for Oženěk is in or it's just out, Oženěk will win this set, pick up the 2 set points, and grab a 3-1 lead in the match. Here in Paris, at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. If Gustav Eiffel could only be here for the World Cup Final.
I suppose that we'll be happy about that.
I would think so.
We are
sure when he built this, he could not have envisioned this.
We are a traditional sports in a lot of European countries. There are a century of history for us. And here in France, there is very unlucky arrows.
How frustrating must that be for Gaël Prevost to be shooting this well against Oženěk?
His adversary is not.
Ooh,
probably another one.
Another one. Another smile for O.
But joking with one of the stronger in the world and having also this unlucky is nothing that can help you.
He was not able to change his luck with that shot. He has been so close. But so has Mr. O. He leaves no doubt with that shot.
No doubt on this arrow is real 10.
allez, on l'accompagne jusqu'au bout. Allez.
The 19-year-old Frenchman breaks through.
The French people on the stage want to scream.
They want to let loose. But now a bit of pressure on Oženěk.
A 9 will be. A 9 will now is all in the hand of the judges.
Both of their first shots need to be looked at very closely.
Now they can be 2 points for the Korean, 2 points for the French guy, or 1-1.
So I'm not going to put my score down just yet. Let's wait and see what the judges say about the first shot for Gaël Prevost.
In my opinion, and every time he's wrong, but the French seems 10 and the Korean seems 9. But the judges are looking at the arrow right now. They spend not a lot of time looking at the French one. So the 9 of the Korean and the 9 also for the French one. So
I'm anxiously awaiting the announcement.
4-2 for the Korean. So was tie set this one.
So they split the set points, and the score goes to 4-2 in favor of Oženěk of Korea.
And in this case, the judges make a good thing because they are all tie and making big differences about the points. Just for a couple of millimeters is nothing that the archer can understand in the stage during this moment. After, probably yes.
Well, the door is wide open right now for Jin Hyek.
Just 1 point.
So it could have been worse for Gaël Prevost,
Allez, du rythme.
who needs to put one in the 10 ring. And there he gets one.
Bien tiré.
Got it to go.
The people
Allez,
wants
prêt.
that. An arrow in the center of the target.
And Prevost obliged.
Oh,
Jin Hyek answers.
Another one.
allez, sûr de toi. T'es bien actif jusqu'au bout.
Board to win is
l'accompagne.
right on
Solide.
the hand.
What a shot.
Et là,
Prevost, bravo.
A 10 now to the Korean to win the set and win the match.
Jin Hyek with a 9.
One
They
set
split the
more.
points.
Taking the best in the world to the 5th set is nothing so easy to do.
And you can feel the energy here in this crowd as the buzz goes around and the cheer goes up at Gaël Prevost. This partisan French crowd here in Paris, where they have packed the stands on a Sunday morning here at the foot of the Eiffel Tower, and they are loving every minute of this match as Gaël Prevost, number 12 in the world, taking on the number 1 archer in recurve archery for the men, Jin Hyek, and trying with all his might to pull off the upset against the mighty Korean archer.
And a 32 years archer. After so many young people. I
We
am
saw it
34.
with the women this
I
morning,
am
yes.
34, so she is 32 in front of 20s.
Trust me, 34, 32 is not old.
allez, sûr de toi. Et jusqu'au bout.
He needs a strong shot to start this match.
Super.
Makes a very nice down.
That is exactly what Sergio Pagni ordered up.
Now the Korea has to fight back. And you have to make an answer.
There's your answer.
Arrêtez.
So we play on here in Paris.
Allez, actif.
2 hours to close this
Propre
match.
jusqu'au bout.
Or perhaps
Sûr de toi.
send it to a shoot-off. That's what Gaël Prevost intends to do.
You see the holes in the target are a very strong shot, very close.
Allez, prêt.
Mr. Rowe
C'est faire.
on target.
Now a 10 for sure for the French guy.
Allez, sûr de
He
toi.
needs a 10 to make a lot of pressure on the Korea.
Et propre jusqu'au bout. Et on l'accompagne. 5, 4, 3,
Very long.
2,
2, 1.
1.
Deuce.
In the last second of the match,
You could hear his coach counting it down. He had 1 second to let that arrow fly, and he scored his 3rd straight bullseye. Jin Hyek with an 8.
shoot off situation. That's what we say. It was not qualified for the final, but he's a very strong archer. And
He is the wildest of wild cards,
Yeah.
and he is what, if you're Jin Hyek, you did not want to see in your first round match as an opponent.
But you know that the wild card is given to the athletes of the country, and here in France, the French team has one single big archer in every single wild card. So in the French team, also the compound man didn't use that because they have 2 qualified individually. Pierre Julien Egenet was qualified without wild card, and Pascal Lebec also was qualified without the wild card. Here in the Recurve also the situation was very close because he was 12 in the ranking, so was very close to the final, and he showed that a wild card also can make some noise to the first in the world ranking, the first in the World Cup.
Gaël Prevost making some noise, and now this crowd about to make a lot of noise as we get set for a one-arrow shoot-off to determine the outcome of this fourth and final quarterfinal match for the men here at the 2013 Archery World Cup Final in Paris.
A couple of hundred of people now looking at one single arrow from the people here in the Trocadero Mountains to a lot of people on the stages of the field and on the Tour Eiffel also. They are looking all
fans
here.
all over Paris, fans on the internet watching all over the world, sitting on the edge of their seat as we are as well, awaiting this last shot between Gaël Prevost of Paris, of France, and Jin Hyek of Korea, who has dominated this sport in the last 2 years.
And now the first will shot.
And you would rather go first, wouldn't you?
Yeah, is the first that decide, because the first in the match, in this case the Korean one, decide on the beginning of the match who will shot first, and they decide to shot.
He is the higher seed, so Jin Hyek. Just outside.
Just out,
wondering.
but considering that here they take the measure, so it's very near to the town.
Closest to the center wins, and Gaël Prevost can put it away with this shot right here, but it's an 8. It is an 8, and Jin Hyek has survived the shoot-off.
The experience sometimes.
Does that tell you that was just a case of nerves right there?
But the French guy makes a very impressive first match. He takes the first in the world ranking to the shoot-off and take his opportunity, but sometimes you need lucky also. The shoot-off is lucky even.
Jin Hyek taken to the limit by Gaël Prevost, who is disappointed at this moment, but I think when he looks back upon this match, Sergio Pagni, he will be proud of what he did here today on this stage.
For sure, he closed the last match with a 30, and in front of the evidence that you need the 30 to take the shoot off, so was an impressive sequence of good arrows, of good shot. He probably can look back for the very close to the 10 and ask to the lucky, okay, you need something. Now I can ask something to you the next time, but he lost against the first in the world, so probably he will be happy. Not he is happy, but he will be.
He will feel proud of his performance and wishing he had just been able to